Hello my friends and welcome back to hell. I mean, Fallout Tactics. Light on the tactics and pretty heavy on the Fallout, I think. I'm glad that this really crappy bit of the game is over. But there's still a few more crappy bits to go, because this is the town of crappy engagements. Right, the next building that you need to take out is this one, really. You can do this one first, but it's quite easy to trigger this one by doing this one, so it makes a little bit more sense to do the middle building first. Now, here's the trick with this building. As you can see, the alarm is here. There's also one here, but there's no enemies there. What generally happens is that when you assail the outside of the building, they all run for this alarm. So what you need to do is you need to run in and sit next to this alarm and try and kill all the enemies before they set it off. But if they set it off, that's not the end of the world. You just got to run around the front and into the building. There's a death claw and a commander in this building, which you have to deal with. But it'll be like 30 to 45 seconds before they actually go to the door to kill the mayor's daughter. There is a way to sneak into this building, but it's not the way you're supposed to do it, because I believe the building is connected to this compound. But if you go from the compound to that building, the hero of the town will almost certainly be killed. That's another guy you've got to rescue. So, I jogged my memory. I had a quick look at a wiki to jog my memory on this mission. It's been a while since I did it. I remember this, you know, the horrors of this room for sure. Where are we? There is a temptation for me to actually bring up my trap skill a little bit more and see if I can disarm those plastic explosives, but I think you can go back to previous missions as well. Right. Turn-based mode on. Now this is genuinely, it has to be a dive, because we need everybody. You know, the funny part of this mission is, if you came here with like 5 characters that had like 100 sneak and 100 small guns, and you totally could do that, then you could sneak up with the whole team, and you probably would make it. But that's just another example of where the game is not really fantastically designed, because it's just, you know, you have to completely know in advance what is required of you, and oh, it's blocked. Okay, and have everything in position to you know, long in advance. Let's put sneak on. Yeah, you have to plan for the future well in advance of every mission, which is crazy, really. Get ready, boys, because we're going in. High speed, low drag, as they say in the industry. There's a moment when this guard is not around, I think. Yeah. Here we go. This is the moment. Run, forests, run! Run! We did it. I'm gonna bring great honor to your face. How did you miss twice, Stitch? Beautiful. 79. Seems reasonable. Damn, these misses are really hurting me. I think one more like that, and he's smoked. Oh, there's the other one there. He's hiding behind the wall. We gotta kill these guys fast and then dive into the building. So if we're not attacking, we're moving. Oh! You're probably thinking about this door. The problem with going through this door is it puts you right next to the Deathclaw mother. This guy's running for the alarm, but he ain't gonna get it. Okay, let's not do that again. Even though there's no way you would splatter a shotgun round at that range. Here, enjoy a triple. Crying out loud, man. Did I not trigger the alarm there at all? Okay, let's go. We haven't got time anyway. Just in case someone sets off the alarm. Alarm! Alarm! Wrecked. Okay, team. We're not in the room yet. We're still on time to succeed. Wow, I don't remember these dogs being a thing. Well, I got some shotgun for you. Woo! And it's in. Oh, okay, that was not intended, but for some reason it worked out. I meant to move, not shoot. Let's go, team. We gotta get the attention of these two before they decide to open the door and kill the mayor's daughter. This is exactly how you're supposed to do this. So far, so good. Got a clean shot? No. How about now? 51, I'll take it. We haven't got time to faff around with this one. They are inconsequential to our aims right now. Can I get a shot? There is no time! We must strike now! Okay, let's move 2 points. And get this shotgun reloaded for the battle ahead. The world in which Stitch gets any work done is, from this distance, is a world I don't live in. Oh, there's another Beast Lord there. Oh, here comes the Death Claw. Okay, well, as long as he's shooting at me, he won't be going after the hostage. Out of range for the handgun. 95. Let's go. Oh. $16 damage, not bad for one hit. Uh, 73 for the eyes. Let's go for the head. Nice, it was a critical hit. She's gonna be in my face very soon. Wow, that's actually a reasonably decent shot. In theory, I shouldn't be in the way of this shot. Oh, 3 points of damage and 1 point of damage. That's pretty bad. Okay. Moment of truth. Now we gotta make this guy dead. Okay, that's some pretty good hits. Oh, Brian. Oh, Brian. Alright, don't screw this up. Points of damage, it's not enough. Oh, and we missed! Still alive. Being knocked over saved him. Okay, I got really unlucky, but the enemy also got very unlucky. Whew. Oh, Captain Fast Shot here has actually really saved our bacon. Quickly, emergency first aid. It's 10 AP for first aid, so you can basically be healed by the start of your next turn. Stimpaks do have the advantage of being being infinite, being instant, sorry. Whew. Sweet. I'm so happy I could execute this on the first attempt. Man, I thought this was going to take a few attempts. Somehow managed to execute on the first attempt. I think they're all set to go after that alarm. And since no one pressed the alarm, every enemy is set to chase after the alarm. You see there where he fell down, the hit chance changed to 95% and then went back again. It's just another artifact of how this game is not balanced around turn-based at all. So he was knocked over, so I should have had an improved chance to hit him for the rest of the turn. But he just got back up because that's a real-time thing, and it's not properly programmed into turn-based. If you get knocked on your ass, you stay down. Okay, I think we made it. Sweet. 42 of 62. Is it worth it? Yeah, why not? I got plenty of medkits at the moment. I really wish medkits were more based on the amount that you were healing, rather than just being a 5-use thing. Hello. There's some dudes sleeping in the back room. There's a couple of dudes sleeping in the back room. You, my friend, are about... There's 3 dudes sleeping in the back room. It's time to die in your sleep. Hush now, only dreams. Am I going to hit myself? Yes, because it makes no sense. Only dreams.
You've completed the objectives for this mission. Proceed to the exit grid to leave this mission.
Mr. Sandman, kick me some ass, dun 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 dun. Now comes the decision as to whether you just leave the mission, which is what the Brotherhood would actually want you to do, or you do the other stuff in the town to free the town properly. The Sten gun? God damn. But is it any good in this game? A weapon's real-life performance, I think, has very little, reflection on how good it is in this game. 18 to 27 on 16 range for burst. 20 to 31 per shot. 20 to 31. It's 9 to 19. Oh, here we go. 18 to 27. Oh wait, that's burst. Yeah, 20 to 31. That is spicy. 9 to 19 is way lower. This gun does crazy damage. Wasn't the friggin' the MP5 only something like 8 to 18? Yeah, 8 to 17 on a burst. And on a single, 10 to 20. So for reasons beyond imagining and beyond explaining, the Sten gun is 9mm, but does vastly more damage. Oh, we have got it loaded with JHP. Does that change the stats? No, it doesn't change the stats. So JHP is going to do even more on top. Well, that's crazy. That's just a flat upgrade. How on earth is a Sten gun so superior to the friggin' MP5? I mean, seriously, did you get these weapons the wrong way round, or what? I mean, they're, you know, it is a game. In terms of real life, you know, you do appreciate that cartridges do roughly the same damage and have broadly the same profile. You know, we understand that for game purposes, weapons must be better than other weapons, even if it makes no sense. Like, we understand that as gamers. That some guns must simply be better than others. So that there is a sense of progression in the game. But man, the Sten gun is the one that's got crazy capability.
Oh, thank you so much. I was so afraid. Those horrible savages put me in here with all those creatures. I thought they were going to eat me.
Probably.
I'm going to rest and then find my mom and Arlene. They're probably worried that some death claw's eating me right now. Bye.
Bye. Did I check this cabinet? I think I did. Yeah. I haven't checked that one over there, though. Level up. Is now the moment to get a little bit more trap skill. Could certainly work on that sneak, too. I don't know how many more books I'm going to find in this playthrough. To be fair, once I get Doctor to 42, at level 12 I could just raise it to 60 if I needed to. Do I want to develop this skill anymore? I don't know how many more trap handbooks there are in the game. But I genuinely do have an opportunity here to perhaps get myself some plastic explosives. I don't know what I would do with them. Those turrets that give microfusion cells are probably best drugged to death, to be fair. Now let's carry on working on building up our energy weapons skill. I'm sure that the first energy weapons will be appearing soon. So we'll be working on our combat skills. Okay, Farsight. Finally hit 100 in sneak. I suppose I could develop her outdoor skill at some point. I think the highest level of outdoorsman is used for skill checks. But, you know, essentially for a combat character, all you got to worry about is primary weapon plus sneak. That's it. Sneak, really, to just get into position. But the cost of increasing the skill rises exponentially, so once you hit 150, it starts to become very pricey. 25 points for Stitch. What a legend. Okay, my utility friend. I need to fix that Jeep. Let's take it to 70. I don't even know if it's worth developing his sneak at all. He'll always be a utility guy for me. I don't know, maybe we could tag it in the future and get it up so he can stay with the team. Maybe I will develop his sneak so he can stay with the team at the very least. But the majority of our points are going to go into repair and barter. He's going to be my dude that does my utility stuff for me. Until I find 1 million Art of the Deal magazines or whatever. Develop the main character. Right. Once again, there's nothing we really want to do. Some of these perks are just total garbage. There's nothing we want to do perks-wise until we hit 12. So, as a combat character, he is just sneak. Let's keep working up that sneak. And let's develop his primary weapon skill, which will be big guns in the future. We could work on his small guns a bit more. But let's get these up to usable levels as quickly as possible. Okay, once again, another character just a gunner. Okay, he's not actually level. He's already at 7, so. Just don't get me wrong. As I said before, for a combat character, all you need is your small guns to 100, 110, because everyone needs the ability to use small guns, because you're going to be using small guns for most of the game. Then, if you're going to stay with small guns, develop them, develop it further, or develop a different gun skill, i.e. big guns or energy weapons, because most of the late game stuff is in those two categories. Plus sneak. That's it. It's just that, you know, relentlessly optimizing characters is not really my... Well, it kind of can be my thing, but... It is good to have utility characters that can just do other things. Deathclaw is like Fallout's way of saying that you can't just ignore melee characters. But I would say that melee is still not very good in this game, and that, you know, a ranged character with the speed and hit points of a Deathclaw would be even scarier. Right, I don't think we ever killed the guys. I was gonna say, I don't think we ever killed the guys on the roof. Go for the eyes, boo! Go for the eyes! Is he hit? No. Let's give this guy a big fat burst. Oh, 25 points of damage. That's nice. What a weapon. It makes no sense it's as good as it is. But hey, sign me up. Wow, one more hit like that and he is toasty. Please no. Ugh, too many APs used. This could hurt. Okay. Get out. Wow, this gun, man. Cuts through these boys like a knife through butter. Like a hot knife through butter. Combat's over, boys. Alright, another building cleared. Yeah, if you want to be in the Brotherhood's best graces, now is the time to leave, basically. I'm just saving because this is going to be the end of the episode anyway. But just in case I accidentally trigger a fight. Let's hoover up the goodies. Sort of glad I'm not fighting stupid cockroaches. Ooh, more sweet drugs. You can use those to overdose turrets to death. Ooh. It's an M1 Garand. But is it good? (12 to 24, range 40). It is slightly superior to the hunting rifle. Only slightly. Well, yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty solidly better. It's reasonably decent damage. Unfortunately, it uses fantastically rare ammunition, so... 3008 is not... in this day and age, and apparently in 2077, shouldn't be... shouldn't be around really anymore.
My daughter Evita is being held in the town hall. There are death claws surrounding her, ready to tear her to shreds as soon as a beast lord gives the word. If you can find some way to distract the death claws or prevent the signal from being given, you should be able to save her. I was in labor for 4 days with her, so you'll understand how much she means to me.
That's a weird reason to be attached to your door.
Old Felix Stiles is being held inside the barracks. The Beast Lord Commander is there, along with his bodyguards. You can expect a big fight. But there's another way into the compound. An escape tunnel lies between the town hall and the barracks. The entrance is in the back room of the town hall, and it leads into the inner building of the barracks, past the courtyard.
Yeah, and that's the path you have to take if you want to rescue him. Come on, game. Killing me here. I have a weird sinking feeling that I didn't search that guy behind the counter, but I probably did. Yeah, I did. Alright, let's just heal up our guys and then we'll call it. So... so much of this stupid healing powder. I give you powders of healing, but beware, Chosen. They fog the mind as they cleanse the body. If there's much food left or I've used it all. It's my first aider boy. Okay, I think that'll do. We found some AP ammo. Really not useful in a mission filled with death claws, but hey. It is what it is. Okay, that's it for now. Next time we need to hit Well, there are a few places that we can strike. There are a few more buildings left to clear. We got hostages in this building. Apparently that's a tricky fight in there. I actually never did that fight. I was so sick of this mission, I just... when I played it when I was younger, I think I cleared this building and then I didn't bother with this one. Then we've got this, which is where Felix is being held. And then we have the ghouls to rescue down here somewhere. I don't think I ever did that either. There is house in New Orleans. I think there's some stuff in there. I can't remember if there's anything else. If there's anything else to do on this map. I mean, there's plenty to do. That's the beginning area. I don't know if there's hostages being held in that house or anything. Yeah, okay. I think that's enough map staring from me for now. Still very much plenty to do on this map. Oh, we got the bar to do as well. That's the one thing we haven't looked at, which is this. That's probably what we should do next, is the bar. Now that we've cleared the area around the bar should be somewhat easier to deal with. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.